Hi guys, and welcome back to Haut Beyleron. So, sorry to begin with about the delay in getting this next video out. Not sure what happened, whether it was an update with my drivers, whether there was an update with one of the mods that was causing issues. But at the end of the day, the game became pretty much unplayable. I was running on anywhere down to 14 frames per second, and yeah, it was just impossible to play. So what we ended up doing was we pretty much uninstalled and reinstalled Farm Sim. We deleted a heap of mods and also forced our GPU drivers to do an update, as well as updating any software relative to the game. So all of our NVIDIA experience and everything else. But it took a while to figure all of that out. Now, where are we up to? In the last video, you'll remember that we got to a point where the fields were good to go for seeding. The field over here was good to go for putting grass in. So that's the one that is now over beside our little chicken coop. What we'll do is we'll do a quick rundown there, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So as you can see, I'm pretty sure I explained all this, but we'll go over it again just in case I haven't, because it has been a little while. This field is now good to go and ready for grass to be put in. We're going to do grass initially. We want to do a round of hay and possibly a round or two of silage. And all of that is going to get baled up and stuck into that shed over there. So this is where our cows are going to go, as well as the extension for manure and possibly for slurry as well. So as you can see, we've also done all the decorating around this little area. We've got our mowers down here. Both were picked up second hand. Got our chicken trailer down here, and we've got our chickens on the go. We've already sold some of the eggs from here, and they still have plenty of food. Now, we're not doing too bad, because if you remember, we only had 150 in each of these. So we're already gaining chickens. That is brilliant. Okay, so on to the next thing we have done. Now, can't really see it from here, but I reckon you might be thinking it looks a little bare. And that's because it is. We've had a busy morning. We were up at 6 AM and we had the chainsaw out. And what we have done is cut down the trees on our side of the road. Now, what we're going to end up doing is extending our fence. We'll have our fence come all the way down here. We'll probably leave this one in the corner. Not too sure yet. We may get rid of that. But all of these ones along here are going to go as well. And this field will extend probably out to here and then all the way along. To here and all the way along. We'll try and get as much out of this field as we possibly can, make it as big as we can. That's going to be probably our main income earner. And here you can see we've got the trailer good to go for the final load of what was on these trees. Now, we did use Lumberjack mod, so we have gotten rid of all of the stumps as we went along. So we don't have to worry too much about that. But anyway, we'll head up to the sawmill where we'll get all this dropped off. We've dropped all the rest off up there, everything that we had cut down so far. We haven't sold it yet. We're going to sell it as one big bunch. The thing is, I wasn't too sure if I was going to purchase the sawmill and then purchase the carpentry as well. I don't know. We may not. So what I'll do is I'll just drop all this timber up there for now, and we will revisit it at the end of the episode. Okay. So here we are. As you can see, we've got a decent little log section going on. This is the reason I'm not sure if I want to do the lumber mill or the sawmill and carpentry, because we still have trees that are exploding into origami. So what we'll do is we'll jump into here, remove them, get all the straps off, and yeah, we have been cheating to get this timber onto and off of the ute. Just using super strength. Okay, that gets us away from that. So we've actually got quite a decent load of trees and stuff. And you can see all these floating bits. That's another reason I'm not too keen on doing it. Forestry just doesn't seem right at the moment. Obviously Giants will be working on that, I would hope. I'm not too sure if it's just the base game trees, like all of these ones, that do it. Well, not so much the base game, but all of these ones that have got the branches that you have to actually cut off and cut into smaller pieces, unlike the spruce trees where you just run the chainsaw along them and all the limbs disappear. But anyway, what we're going to do is, well, to begin with, we'll get our time back up to ×5. We're going to get back to the farm. We're going to put grass into what is going to be the grass field. And then we are going to potentially put canola into the big field. The other one I want to leave for now, and I'm thinking we're going to do something else from the February planting. So potentially we may do either corn or sunflowers, or I may look at doing potatoes or sugar beet into that slightly smaller field. So as you know, we've only got the 3 fields. We've got what will be the grass field, we've got the big field, which is the one down here beside the road, and then we've got our other field up the top. So yeah, I'm thinking we're going to put canola into this one and something from a spring planting. Get that shut down. See if we can get it out of there. Now, before we go too far, as with every morning, we'll have a look. Ooh. Kemper 360 plus. So that's that's for making our forage and turning that into silage. Potential. I do like this, but I don't think we need it just yet. So, what I'm going to do, jump into the big boy, get the coon planter, seed drill hooked up. Now, this is actually due for some repairs, so we'll get onto that sometime soon as well. And we've got grass selected, so first things first, we will go and get our grass in the ground. Switched on, get him put down, and away we go. Once we move on to the canola, we'll pay a worker to take over doing the canola planting. We'll do a headland, and we'll jump in the stayer, throw the roller on the back, and we'll get these fields rolled. Hopefully by the time we get this field rolled, old mate will be far enough through on that field that we can come through and start rolling the canola in as well. Now, what we need to do is remember what we did last time and not do that again. And what we did was we actually skipped forward a day while our worker was still running around with the roller, and we therefore ended up not having our fields fully rolled. Not that it hurt, we still ended up with something like 90,000 litres of wheat in our silo, so not doing too badly. Anyway guys, we'll crack on with this in a time lapse, and we'll see you guys once we've got possibly to a point where we're almost finished rolling the canola.
I'm sick of lying here all alone and nearly sleepless at night. I'm honest, it's boring. 1,000,000 demons surrounding me, picking a fight. It's toxic. You were the best I ever had, but every second you were screwing me over, and now I'm done with it. I guess that there was no surprise. Deleting you out of my mind. Isn't it iconic? Standing on the front line, steady going forward without knowing the direction. I need to be honest, it was for the better. Now every day's perfect for a lifetime celebration. Go ahead. Tonight I'm struggling, reminiscing about our good times, the good days, but good wasn't the only perspective of all the days that we had. We lost it. You were the best I ever had, but every second you were screwing me over, and now I'm done with it. I guess that there was no pressure. Go ahead.
Alright, so what we'll do here, guys, is we'll actually do probably a double or a triple headland at this end, just to help old mate out when it comes to seeding once he gets down near these chickens. If anything, we might even square the field off and we'll do the bottom section. But as you will have seen, I came pretty close to putting the tractor into the fence, and yeah, the seeder was still a fair way into the field. All in all, not too bad. We'll just do a double. We'll head up this end probably one more time. And hopefully, with there being a headland here, that when it comes time for him to get down this end with the seeder, that he actually does get the job done. So what we'll do, we'll head up here, like I said, probably go up that headland one more time, and then we'll set him off on the top section. We'll jump into the stayer, we'll get the roller onto the back, get that grass field rolled, and then we can look at what we are doing next. What is that in the middle of the field there? Just a little bit of leftover straw. That's fine. Almost looked like a ring of wood. Which wouldn't surprise me from where we cut those trees down and that one exploded. But we should, looking at what we've done compared to what we've got left in the seeder, we should have plenty of seed left in here for him to get this done. We aren't going to need this seeder for the other field. Pretty sure whatever goes into there is going to be a planter required. And you'll also notice that we've tidied up the backyard of the house, and we've now got plenty of space there. I did have this whole area fenced off, so from the road all the way around the back of the house, we had gates coming in on the footpath areas that I've created. Let's just straighten that up properly. Yeah, we put in like a few decorations. So we had like a couple of chairs in there, we had a little playground and so on. But those were some of the mods that we ended up deleting. Okay, so we'll set you off there. We'll jump out. Off you go. And that's looking pretty good. So we've got weeds growing. So we'll need to get the weeder in here eventually. But that can probably wait until... No, wrong button. That can wait until they actually start to appear. I don't think we can put a weeder across it straight up. So what we're going to do is just drop you off down here. We don't need you at the moment. Drop. Out you come. Need to find a weight. I think my weights are on the other side of the silo. Yes, they both are. and they're both the same size, so we don't need to worry about that. And I need to go for this one. Now we should be able to sneak down beside the trailer here. Okay guys, so we'll get this done. This isn't going to take up a lot of our time. I got a funny feeling we're going to end up catching old meat. But we can work from there and figure out what else we can get possibly done. Well, that leaves one more pass, and we have got our canola in the ground for the year. As you can see, and when we swing around here, We've got the stayer on the go with the roller. So once we've finished here, we'll take over from him. We'll get that done. Now, still haven't exactly decided what we are going to do with those logs up at the sawmill. Obviously we're going to sell them into the sawmill, but are we going to purchase the sawmill straight away? Or do we hold off on that production? I reckon we could do it. We could turn that into our next venture, because if we buy the sawmill, what we could potentially look at doing, depending on cost, yeah, we can't afford that. I was going to say we could cut down the trees there, because we don't have too many trees. We've got all these ones left to do. There's a few sort of still scattered around that we might be able to take out around our farm. We might do that just so as we can get the pallets, but I don't know if the pallets are going to repay the cost of buying that sawmill. The other thing I'm going to do is work out what it is that we are putting into the other field. This one just here. I am thinking something along the lines of potentially sugar beets. So we'll shut that down. So obviously sugar beets we can't plant until February. So we've got a few months left before we have to really do anything with that field. But what I want to do is potentially look at getting the sugar mill in somewhere. Well, let's see if we can sort of meet up with this guy. Oh, we're going to get him. We'll let him get to the end of here. So I could put the sugar mill in down here with the rest of our stuff, but I don't really want to. And you can't purchase the area around the grain mill. That's a massive property. That's not as flat as I would like it to be in order to get that done. We could potentially remove this field, because from what I remember, this field is fairly flat. We could turn that into our production area. Let's just jump up there and have a look at how flat that field actually is. So that should be this one just here. Oh, just being hit by a van. That is why you always look both ways crossing the roads. Yeah. I think that this field is going to get turned into our little production zone. So we don't have a grape juice planting or grape juice facility on here. We don't have a sugar mill on here. So if we come into productions, the ones we don't have. So we've got a bakery, we've got a carpentry, we've got a dairy, although it's not that one, it's the European one. Got a grain mill, we already own that. There's a spinnery. We don't have a sugar mill. I don't think there's a tailor shop. There isn't a cereal factory. There isn't an oil mill. And there isn't that. So all of those will essentially come up into this area. So, do we purchase this field now? We are potentially going to cause ourselves to run out of money here. There's nothing planted in here. It is just weeds. But I reckon this could become a nice little storage area slash production facility area. So yeah, that's going to be our next field to purchase. 114,000. If we purchase that now, we're going to go fairly broke fairly soon. And considering we still need a harvester for next year, we can't really be spending that kind of money just yet. And this tractor still desperately requires a service. We're at 80% wear. So we got to get this thing up to the shop. Missed a little bit back there. Terrible driving. Make use of this big open plot before we put the cows in it. Actually, what we may as well do is give ourselves some room. Jump onto here. That's the word I was trying to think of. Industrial estate. So that's what we're going to create on field 17. So we have to ask ourselves whether we purchase sawmill and start creating planks as an additional income. Pretty sure the flour only gets sold at the bakery, so I don't know if we can take that anywhere else. Has he missed a big chunk up here, or are my eyes playing tricks on me? Let's just have a quick look at that. Flour. Oh no, we can't sell it at the farm shop. So we've got another 16,000 litres. Or 20,000 litres, something along those lines, sitting up at the grain mill ready to go. That's not really worth taking to the shop, I don't think. I reckon that's better off going into our bakery. But anyway, we'll miss that section. We'll get this done. We'll get this run up to the shop. We'll get it serviced. And what we may do is cut down these trees that are along this side. Get as much wood up to that sawmill as we possibly can. Hope that it takes it all. It should do. It should take a lot of timber. See how much we make from it. Alright guys, we'll see you when we get up there. Well, the good thing about bringing this up to the shop to get it repaired, get it refueled, is that we can take our bale wrapper home. Now, We don't actually have a baler, so it was kind of a rush purchase, but the fact that we got it so cheap in that sale, we couldn't pass it up. We can always rent a baler, that's not a drama, but to be able to pick up a square baler, a square and round bale wrapper as cheap as we picked that up, you just can't say no. $15, we may as well repair the weight. What are you at? 18 hours. We're not going to bother repainting it. We'll do that when it comes time to sell it. And the paint actually doesn't look too bad on the tractor. Like, we've got our wear spots, but it's not overly drastic. The weight looks worse. While we're up here, we'll have a quick look in the sales. What's that like compared to ours? That's a 9 meter. That's a 6 meter. Yeah, 600 liters. Okay, so that takes both seed and fertilizer. Do we? What we really need to come up is a medium tractor. So something along like the 700, 7800. No, even bigger than that. The McCormick. Even the Landini. You know, somewhere around that 200 plus horsepower mark. Because as good as the Stayer is, 135 horsepower, it's getting old. We want to get it to a point where that is just our essentially working with the chickens and the cows. Pretty much doing nothing else. But anyway, we'll get this back to the farm. We'll get our trees cut down. We'll put it on the bale trailer. We'll put it all on the bale trailer and stick that on the back of the fence. That way we can get as much up there as possible. And we will see you guys up at the sawmill when we get there. Okay guys, so let me show you what we did here. We cut down the 5 trees that were down around this corner, and we've cut down 2 trees along here. Added that to the pile we had here this morning, and yeah, we're out of room. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell this, and I reckon we are going to purchase the sawmill. I don't know if we'll purchase that just yet. We'll wait and see. Because planks, what are planks worth? Planks. $3,782. And obviously if we can make furniture, then all the best to us. We're in completely the wrong time for that. And as well as that, wow, furniture's only good in 1 month. Okay. This is $25,000 worth of timber. That's crazy. How much does this guy cost? 100. Right. So that essentially cost us 75 grand. But there's something I am about to go searching for, and frankly this is probably where we'll end the episode if I can find it. I've been told something about climbing stairs near the sawmill. Apparently there's some old ruins up in this forestry somewhere. So we'll go for a quick run. We'll see if we can see anything that resembles. Oh, there's a track through here. That's got to be a good start. There's some ruins. There's stairs. Ah. Right, so we're now only $25,000 down. What have we got? Pasture Sovereign. Alright, we'll grab that. And we've only got 3 more to go. Perfect. So $25,000 to purchase a sawmill. And we also got all of that timber that we just put in there. So we'll quickly have a look. We'll see how much we've got in there. We'll get the production underway. So 34,000 litres. Oh, it's already running. So we don't even have to turn it on. No, it turns itself on as soon as you put timber in there. Perfect. Okay guys, so that's gonna be where we end the episode. We now own the sawmill. Wasn't something I was planning on doing, but hey, we're here. Okay guys, thank you very much for joining in. Hopefully you liked the episode. If you did, don't forget to give it a like. Don't forget to share it amongst your friends. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and smack that notification bell for any future upcoming episodes. Okay guys, thanks for joining in, and we will see you guys next time.